What's up guys, my name is JodyCook5 and welcome back to another episode of Levante Career Mode. Just a heads up of the previous kind of non-uploads as it were. Unfortunately I had an issue with my computer, but we're back, we're better than ever, and we are going to be providing daily content from now on. We have a huge fixture in the second leg of the Champions League. Obviously in the previous leg from the previous episode, we had a tough draw in Naples in a 2-2 result with Jonathan David getting a late equaliser to make the second leg a little bit more interesting. So we're going to get straight into things and see what unfolds. A tough night this is going to be, and a rainy one at that. We need the full squad that we can possibly put out with such a strong Napoli side that we are facing. With previous players, you had Thuram, they've even got Meret in goal, so they've changed from Kepa also, and a few big stars to be able to put us to the test. I'm pretty sure Jonathan David will be up front for them, and Benis in front of goal, and he really did prove to be a brilliant striker. As they shake hands, as they go on to see the lineups now, so we have Kevin Trapp in goal, we've got Diallo, Neco Williams, we also have Conti and Sergio Gomez making up that solid back four. Interesting with the midfield with Koke Papayou, Cherki, Pepe, Colomani and Ceballos making up the final 11. Not a lot happened to be honest, but in the first 20 minutes you can see Napoli on the ball here. Really strong start in the end from them, as I say. Not a lot happened, but they seem to get on the ball quite well, just passing it across themselves, and Phillips takes a wonder strike. He hits the bar, it ricochets back up to Papayou, and now we see ourselves on the counter-attack. Ryan Cherki with the ball now, just trying to decide what he does. A nice bit of skill, and he passes one, he passes over to Colomani. Ceballos on the ball, he takes a shot, but it goes wide. Not the best to say the least, but we are definitely doing alright in this fixture. 29 minutes gone, we take a corner that goes out in the end. It seems to be that we pick up the ball in their half still, with Pepe winning the ball in the air. Ceballos finds Colomani. Colomani's volleys, and unfortunately for us it goes out for a corner. Really good defending from Napoli, and their keeper seem to be really on point in all honesty. Going into the second half now, we seem to strike really well. Sergio Gomez getting the ball, and he runs into the bit of space that's available there. He goes past one, he's advantage played, he takes a shot and he absolutely belts it in the back of the net to make it 1-0, 3-2 on aggregate, and we find ourselves in a much better situation in this tie. A much better second half also, and an unlikely goal scorer being Sergio Gomez, but he takes it on his stride, and what a goal that is. It's a kind of half volley in some ways, with the ball being raised up in the air, and the goalkeeper can only look back on that and be disappointed. 53 minutes now here, and we're trying to play Colomani in. They get it played up from the back, but unfortunately for them, Colomani is on them. But unfortunately for me, Colomani got sent off. Absolutely shambles in terms of the challenge itself. Definite red card. Don't know what he was thinking whatsoever. And we find ourselves now 10 men down with no striker whatsoever. So we've got about half an hour, minutes of play to be able to see if we can hold on or increase our lead. Sergio Gomez back on the ball here. Cherki finds him again with a 1-2. He hits it on his left, and Sergio Gomez, the left back, has got 2 goals on the score sheet. That's 2-0 in game and 4-2 on aggregate, and we are finding ourselves in a comfortable position now to maybe say that we can win this tie. 1-2 from Cherki, and a nice bit of play. A shoddy goal to say the least though. The keeper should be doing much better. Hits him straight at him in all honesty. I'm not too sure if he was prepared for it, but he hits it with his left, and we find the back of the net. 59 minutes gone now here, and Napoli are trying to scrape back a 1 goal to be able to get back into this tie. They're able to put it wide, and they put it into the box to David, and unfortunately for them, Phillips isn't able to find the back of the net. That's one close one, and he has hit the bar also, so he's definitely trying to get in the mix. Trying to clear the ball here now, and Koke is trying to pass it out to Conti. Conti pass it out to Pepe, and we just try and find a bit of space, but we can't. Cucurella's up the field, and unfortunately for us, that is a goal back for them. 75 minutes now, 2-1 in the game, 4-3 on aggregate, and this is going to be a very tense 15 minutes to the end of this Champions League tie. 78 minutes gone here now, and they're trying to pass the ball out to have an inroad to go up front. A really sketchy kind of last 12 that we're going to have on our hands. Cucurella's in, he tries to square it, but Conti is there to intercept, and we clear our lines, and we are finding ourselves deep in trouble as we look to see if we can now go on the counter-attack. 10 minutes left. Scott plays a 1-2 with Afif, the substitute. Scott going on. He's pretty much one-on-one with the keeper. He squares it to Afif, and Afif finds the back of the net to put us into the next round of the Champions League, and that will be in the quarter-finals. Unbelievable stuff from Levante. A really good counter-attack goal here. Scott making a nice 1-2, and he finds a bit of space. He could have shot, but he absolutely squares it across, and Afif finds an empty net. 83 minutes played here, and they're trying to go on the attack still. They're trying to give it everything they can, Napoli. We're defending really well, and a nice bit of skill from Afif, and he goes past one, he goes past two. He finds Scott now, that's in a lovely bit of space. A gap is created between himself and Phillips. He hits it, and he finds the back of the net by rolling in the bottom corner to make it 4-1 and 6-3 on aggregate. Strolling about like he owns the gaff. I tell you, what an unbelievable bit of skill and precision from Alex Scott, setting up the previous goal and then getting on the score sheet for this one. A monumental substitute, and that finds ourselves cruising to the next round. A really tricky first half, in all honesty. I didn't expect the second half to kind of fold out like it did, with 5 goals being scored. But yeah, really good result, and that finds ourselves in the next round of the Champions League. After that triumphant win against Napoli, we face now the Liga. Atletico Bilbao we face with a 1-0 result in the simulation, with Ceballos getting on the score sheet. A rotation of the side after such a tough fixture and a lot of fitness used. And we also get Manager of the Month, so a nice award to be able to collect after our really good performances in La Liga. And we seem to be doing really, really well. We're going to have to do even better if we want to beat such an opponent of Real Madrid. This is going to be a huge fixture coming off the back of a few decent wins in this episode. We go with a big lineup here, but we need some rotation. Kevin Trapp in goal. We have the back four of Gallardo, we have Conti, we have Diallo, and we have Williams. Really solid back four on display. Midfield three of Vargas, Alex Scott comes in, and Papayu. And then we have the front three of Isuaku, Kolo Muani, and Nusa. We've got to play Real Madrid again after this game also, because we've got to play them in the Champions League. So rotation of the side being made as we look to see if we can make any difference in this game. 6 minutes being played, and Vargas intercepts in a really dangerous area. Marnie plays Scott in, and Scott finds the back of the net to make it 1-0 in the 6th minute. Really, really good play. I was kind of not imagining such a good start. Vargas picks the ball really high up, passes it straight away as soon as he receives the ball, and Scott is in a little bit of space, and he finds the back of the net really well, levering it into the bottom corner. So good start from us, but Real Madrid are here to play. Vinicius getting on the ball here, he plays it over to Gravenbach. Camavinga on the ball, just a nice bit of 1-2 being played. Vinicius Jr. in a dangerous position, and you cannot let him have some sort of shots that he is displaying there. A little bit of space, that is all he needs. Coming off of that one goal, they start really better, I tell you. Once they kind of got a bit of momentum going, they seem to get some nice bit of play, and Kevin Trapp having to be really good in that situation there. Really hard for him to get that save off, but he does it really well. As much as he was keeping us in it, it wasn't going to be for long, because unfortunately for us, Vinicius finds a nice inroad. He squares it to a man in white, and we find ourselves 2-1 down. Really, really sloppy defending, and there's such good start leading to now a kind of poor end to this second half. Hopefully not though, because Scott is in once again, but Courtois makes himself really big in that situation, and he parries it out for a corner kick. Papayu now crossing it in, hoping to find a Levante head, and so we do. Kolo Muani getting on the score sheet. Really good header, a bullet header in fact, in all honesty. The keeper was left rooted, only to look behind him to find the ball going in the back of the net. Really well picked out, and he jumps in so well to be able to have it where no one's around him, and he finds the back of the net. We don't score many corner goals, but when we do, they are very satisfying, and it is nice to see a training ground drill being paid off. After we scored, they seem to go once again on the attack. Kevin Trapp making a really good save there, having to pull out all the stops. And you see Vinicius Jr. on the ball again. He goes to turn Conti using all his strength. He holds the ball off, makes a turn round, and Papayu luckily incepts. But unfortunately, again, it falls out to a Real Madrid player, and we have to block it for a corner. They whip in the corner now. We clear it first, but it only falls out to another player in white as they find a decent shot, with Chris Smalling nearly getting on the score sheet there. A mental first half half, and that continued in the second half here. 70 minutes played, 20 minutes to go now. Kolo Muani's on the ball. He finds Alex Scott. It's pretty much going to be one-on-one with the keeper. He's got the pace, he's got the space. All he's got to do is score, but he hits it straight at Thibaut Courtois, and we only find ourselves still 2-2 in this game. 80 minutes being played, and Real Madrid are going to take their chances. You just know they are. Anthony Martial getting on the ball now. 9 minutes to go as he looks to see if he can seek out a winner. Late on in the game, he's one-on-one with the keeper, and he finds the back of the net to make it 3-2 with only so many minutes left in this fixture, and we could be walking away from the Bernabeu with 3 points. The super sub being Anthony Martial. What a super sub that was, and he always seems to come off the bench and score. Absolutely impact of a substitution. 88 minutes now gone. We're trying to defend for all our lives. Victor Osimhen, the substitute, and he finds the back of the net. So unlucky, and he wheels away in celebration knowing he's secured a point, and we unfortunately are only going to be sharing the points in this tie. Really unfortunate kind of events, and we just have to look on into the Champions League now. With that being said, here we go with the lineup. Kevin Trapp in goal. We've got Diallo, we've got Williams making up for the wing-back role as we pan to see the full lineup. Conti, Gomez, Koke, Pepe and Shirky just in front, and then Ceballos, Martial and Pepe. Martial filling in for the suspended Kolo Muani that picked up a red card in the previous fixture. 7 minutes gone now, and Real Madrid are making the better starts out of the two. A 1-2 from Vinicius, and Kevin Trapp makes a big save just under the 10-minute mark to keep us in it. 9 minutes played after the corner now, and Ryan Gravenbach is nearly getting on the score sheet there. Once again, Kevin Trapp making himself big, and it is all Real Madrid at this point, in all honesty. No Levante player is getting to the ball whatsoever, and we are finding ourselves in a bad situation. Kevin Trapp making another save there. It is absolutely unbelievable what is going on in this tie. 23 minutes played here. Real Madrid again on the ball. Valverde is pretty much one-on-one, but Kevin Trapp saves on his inside post, and we are keeping ourselves in the game. It was just wave after wave of an attack. No kind of play from Levante whatsoever. Ceballos trying to get a shot off, but Conti making himself big. And we literally did nothing in that first half. Again, you can see in the second half they're making a really good string of attacks, and nothing can be done whatsoever. Kevin Trapp making himself big to try and keep us in the tie, but he's only going to be able to do so much as we look to see if we can now go on the attack. Anthony Martial being quiet in this game, and so have many players in claret and blue being played. Shirky getting on the ball, and he finds the back of the net off of a counter-attack out of nowhere, and we find ourselves 1-0 up inside the 50th minute. 10 minutes after the first goal, and Real Madrid is trying to get back on the score sheet as they look to try and revitalise their Champions League campaign. A bit of a stupid kind of bit of passing there, and we do find ourselves 1-1. Gravenbach picking up a loose ball, pinging off to the Levante player, and they find themselves in a better situation. 6 minutes after that, it goes bad to worse. Valverde getting on the score sheet there, absolutely thumping it into the bottom corner to make it 2-1. Not so long after they scored their first. There was nothing I could really do, in all honesty. Even with the first goal being scored by myself, we just don't seem to have any sort of momentum or consistency in this game. 72 minutes gone now, and we make a stupid tackle with Diallo, and they could be waving this Champions League campaign goodbye, in all honesty. Absolute shambles. Diallo not getting the ball whatsoever, taking the man with him, and they are in the driving seat now as they look to take the ball from 6 yards. As they step up, he looks to finish, and he does, sending Kevin Trapp the completely wrong way, and they find themselves 3-1 up in this tie, cruising now, showing who is the dominant one. Cherky trying to get into the game now, over the top from the Luis Muriel. He goes to have a shot, but Thibaut Courtois saves, trying to get anything back from this game, and Pepe finds the back of the net, and that is the goal that we needed. Even if we're going to finish this game 3-2, it is definitely going to put us in the driving seat. We tried to go late on here, 2 minutes gone from the 90, as we look to see if we can get into this game. Pepe passing it into Cherky, and oh my lord, I thought that was it. I thought we was going to be finishing the tie 3-3, but it wasn't to be, and unfortunately we lose this time round. A hectic 2 events against Real Madrid, and we are going to be finding ourselves 1 goal behind going into the final leg of the Champions League. As we look at the La Liga table now, we have played 30, we've won 23, we've drawn 4, and we have lost 3. 73 points, a nice gap between myself and Atletico, and an even better gap between myself and Real Madrid. So in terms of the La Liga campaign, we are definitely cruising. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this one, and don't forget to hit the notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.